Hey guys, it's Stig here, and today I'm going to be telling you and also talking to you about the minimum PC requirements for Call of Duty Ghosts. Now obviously these are the minimum, which means you must have these before you actually go out or download the game off Steam or go out and actually buy it from the shop. So before you even do that, make sure you have these minimum PC requirements in order for Call of Duty Ghosts to actually run on your PC. So starting off with, I'm going to be talking about the operating system. Now the operating system you must be on is Windows 7 64-bit or Windows 8 64-bit. So you need to make sure you're on the 64GB side on either Windows 7 or Windows 8. So it will not work with either Windows 7 or Windows 8 32-bit. You need to make sure you're on 64-bit. Now the CPU which they recommend you to be on, which is obviously the processor, the minimum requirement for that is you need to, on the Intel side, you need to make sure you're on Intel Core 2 Duo, which is running at 2.66 GHz. For the AMD people, it's going to be 2.4 GHz or better. So the game does work on both Intel and AMD kind of basis, so don't worry about that. Whatever process you got, just make sure obviously will work on your processor. To find out how many gigahertz you're on and find out what your processor is, just to make sure the game will actually run. Now the random access memory or RAM they recommend you having is 6GB. So if any of you guys running on laptops, it may not work for you obviously, because off the top of my head I do know quite a few laptops that are on 4GB of RAM. So make sure you get a better enough PC as if you don't have one, or a good enough laptop. So you need to make sure you have 6GB of RAM. Now the hard drive space you need to have, as soon as I saw how many gigabytes it takes up, I was very surprised. You need to make sure you have 50GB or more. Now obviously to me this sounds a hell of a lot, because I'm just thinking, what are they including this? It's 50GB, and obviously some of you guys only have maybe 500GB PCs, I'm not 100% sure, but you need to make sure you have 50GB hard drive space or more. And like I said, that is a hell of a lot to have for a game, but I kind of thought that obviously it's getting to next generation sort of things, the games are getting more complicated and they're including lots more kind of things in it, so it's obviously going to be quite high. But like I said, that was quite a minimum requirement that I was really shocked on. Now the video card they recommend you having, which is obviously a graphics card, is the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 550 Ti. Now for the AMD people, you need to make sure that you have the ATI Radeon HD 5870 or better. Sorry, I got a little bit confused then. I'd just like to mention all these requirements will be in the description below, so if you're kind of getting slightly confused on what I'm talking about, I'm also getting slightly confused on what I'm saying, I will put all these specifications in the description below. Now the sound card, or just the sound they recommend you having, is DirectX capable sound card, which obviously is not too much of a problem. The DirectX they recommend you having is 11, and the internet, you obviously need a broadband connection and service requirement for the multiplayer connectivity, and also you need to make sure you obviously have an internet connection required for activation. So obviously when you're setting up the game and when you're actually playing for multiplayer, you need to make sure you obviously have an internet connection. So they're basically the minimum specifications for running Call of Duty Ghosts on the PC. Now like I said, I do think these specifications are very high, especially with the hard drive space, but obviously like I said, these games are getting a lot more complicated now and lots more bigger, they're getting developed over the years, so I kind of expected it. So I'd just like to know what your guys' thoughts are on these minimum specifications. Like I said, I'm getting a bit confused, whether you think any of these specifications are kind of too much, or kind of just your general thoughts on these specifications, and hopefully some of you guys will be able to actually play Call of Duty Ghosts on your PC. So as you can see in the background, I just got some MW3 gameplay that I got while I was playing this map, and I just kind of played MW3 randomly. So I do hope you enjoyed this little bit of gameplay, and I do hope you enjoyed this video on the minimum PC specifications for playing actually Call of Duty Ghosts. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please do not forget to give the video a like, and I'll see you guys in my next video.